YouTube up on my phone so I can see what's
All
going
right.
on.
And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back
What's
to
up,
the
y'all?
long awaited Comics Dello Morte, episode 19, revealing the horrors from beyond the grave. And what we're talking about is the horror uh, art and stories that we are bringing to you because this show is about revealing and talking about horror comics, but why not just talk about ours as well at times? So, Jason, Frogbreaker Studios, me, Ronnie Gunter, Crimson Isle Comics. Jason, talk about what you've been up to and what amazing stuff you've been doing.
We are moving and grooving through the mini comics bundles. Me and Aaron Guzman are on a year-long campaign to flood comics, flood the consciousness of you guys with some dope mini comics. Three a month. And speaking of what we do here, we're like dipping our
Mhm.
toes into the horror a little bit deeper this week with the end. So if you guys are ever interested, we should have a link up. If not, I'll drop it in the chat so that you guys can check out the books and you can see it even.
Right there, minicomicsbundle.com.
I cannot wait to get a desk, man. Like I'm so out of sorts. But but no. So hey Swifty, what's going on? Thanks for coming. Yeah, there it is.
What's up,
Thank you,
bro?
Ronnie. Um
Yeah.
so no, we got a pretty dope horror title in there. Basically it's about a filmmaker who goes through, is looking for that shot and somebody shows up and gives him the
Hmm.
opportunity to find an unforgettable shot.
Right
And
there.
what is it is the real mystery. So stay tuned, check out the book. This is from last month's bundle. This is a story called Green Roses that I wrote, and Aaron dominated the art on. Guys, like if you show up for nothing and you love black and white art on newsprint, man, you can't really get much better than this. We got an awesome wrestling
Hmm.
story this month. It's like the story overall, as you'll see, is kind of like a mix between Mad Max, Dragon Ball, and Ultimate Muscle. It's just this really unique take on a wrestling story, and I don't know. I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm pretty proud of what Aaron came up with for the characters and how quickly he captured the mood with it. So it's it's pretty cool to have a project like this be one of your no be your first real project. I'm very very very
Hmm.
proud of what we're doing, and he produces the actual bundles. He does all the binding, he does all the slip covers, he puts art on each slip cover. So even when you're getting these collectible books, you're also getting a collectible slip cover. So
Hmm.
these are collectible bundles, guys. What's up, Calder? Um,
Hey, what's up?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so every bundle is unique and every bundle is limited. There will only be
Hmm.
250 of each of these books. So they are well worth it. And if you get the year long subscription, you get Aaron's year 2019 book, which is a really really cool art book. I love mine. And you also get access to our web comics that are coming. Calder, you got web comics coming. You will love them. Um, it's your next step into the world of comics. McRib was 6 out of 10. Nah, that's fair. Um, Pro tip: mayo and cheese. While you're tell them to put mayo and cheese on it, and then like you unlock the true McRib.
Yeah.
So You also unlock high blood pressure, but you'll be fine. It's okay. There are worse things. They gave
And
him half. Who gave you half? Who are these people? But
and with me, I am still working on my horror comic, and I have a Kofi account, and I am doing something that towards the end of next year for 2022, you could buy the 12 Holidays of Horror calendar, or if you don't want to buy the calendar, you can buy just the regular images as a JPEG, download it for 11 by 17, print it out and put it in a poster. And this month, right now, for the $5 digital download, you could get the Krampus piece.
it's really cool, guys. Like, it's such a cool poster. I already got mine. You
There it
gotta
is.
love
That's
it,
the
man.
Krampus piece. Yeah, with
It's
the
like we
with the decapitated Santa Claus head, and then the kid's like, Santa.
yes and no all at the
Yeah.
same time.
Hmm. But yeah, just we're we apologize for not being around as much, but I mean we're just creating amazing stuff to bring to
Yeah,
you, the
y'all, we're
fans
doing it.
that
Yo,
support us and have been showing so love. So we appreciate everyone.
we
Oh,
are
yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and me and besides Aaron and Jason, me and Jason are in talks of doing a ghost horror
a
comic.
ghost
So
story.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's going to be
stay tuned.
fun. So,
Yep.
but yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
go
should
ahead.
do that. Like, we should break that whole process down on here. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, we should go through
Yeah,
the whole process of what we do,
yeah.
with that on here. So that
Hmm.
that I think that'll be cool. So yeah, that's in the works. I've never written a ghost story before, so I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think I can scare the dude out of y'all with a ghost story.
Hmm.
I'm up for it.
Awesome. And if you don't want that, I am soon going to start up having my own web comic that you could purchase 4 pages a month, and that is going to be the '80s horror comic. So once the whole comic is done, you could then buy a physical copy that I'll be publishing at the later of next year. So definitely look towards that. And with the pages, it would be 3 to 4 pages a month for $5. So yeah, so you could literally, pay for the the holiday image, and then pay $5 to get 4 pages. So a total of $10 for all of that.
That's pretty cool. I think that's a good value
Yeah,
because the story that you're doing, I've seen a lot of, and it's worth it. Like, it's such a unique story. I can't wait to see how you do it, especially
yeah.
with the colors. So
Rick Kofi is actually like Patreon, but unlike Patreon, you have to wait a whole month to get paid. Kofi, you could automatically get paid as soon as someone buys your product. So that's why I like Kofi a lot. I don't know about you, Jason.
I like it. No,
Yeah,
I definitely like it because
yeah.
you get you can pretty much run it like a store. Like,
Hmm. Exactly.
you can post updates to what you're doing all over the internet. You can make yourself a storefront, sell any kind of wares you got. So it's kind of like a Facebook Etsy page almost. It's really
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, we've been working. Like, if y'all ain't seen us, we've been working. We've been washing
Yeah.
our hands. We've been
Hmm.
picking our
Exactly.
noses. We've been
Right.
trying to be good. So
Hmm.
making these comics, like, trying to do it, man. I really think we both got a shot at it. So,
Yeah, most definitely.
just trying to do it.
So, do you have any of the mini comics with you that you could show some more of the
I
artwork?
do, for sure. I got them right here. So this first one, this is the end. This is my favorite page of it. Y'all gotta, if y'all want to read the whole story, you gotta get
That's
it. Like
amazing. Hey,
this is a
Aaron,
mini comic in name only, guys. Like
I don't know if you're subscribed, Aaron, but Aaron, that is an amazing page. Just as an artist,
it's just nuts.
it's
So
I it's great. Like you basically did a splash page on a mini comic. That's what it is.
and it's just you can't like you know how much we praise Junji Ito
Mhm.
for doing what he did in Uzumaki, and it's
Yeah.
like to start to really like want to contribute to that like horror legacy, and
Mhm.
then find an artist to like really see your first horror work like that does black and white and gets
Yeah.
it. It's a privilege, and it's it's a very I don't know. Like it makes me want to do it. Like
Mhm.
it's like okay, I can write things that look like this when you can explain your vision to somebody who's got that kind of talent, and it's very humbling to see my work with somebody like Aaron. So it's
Yeah.
been a blast. This next book is this really cool futuristic military story called Hourglass. This is our six-parter. So we do a lot of one shots and a lot of three-part stories, but we got two six-issue stories. So this is the halfway point of this one, just kind of taking place in the South American jungle. You got these two cyborgs going at it who shouldn't exist, but two of them are there, and it's the mystery of why a soldier is dreaming about these cyborgs.
Mhm.
So we're getting to the meat of the story now. So that's a really cool one. And if y'all know me, which you don't, but I love pro wrestling, and we have a pro wrestling title. It's
I
so cool
just
because the
love that
like,
front. I love the cover page because it reminds me of like, you go to like carnivals or stuff like that and you see like the underground wrestling posters of like
yes,
people, and that's what it reminds me of.
and it's on newsprint, so it feels like that, right?
Hmm.
Like that's the way it. And I mean, look at these interiors, guys. Like
That's amazing shots. It's like watching old school wrestling right there.
yes, 100%. It's just such a good book, and this story is like I was saying, it's Mad Max and Beyond the Thunderdome meets. I know, I love it.
I
Staying
know.
on TNT.
Hmm. Exactly.
I don't know. We can't talk about that right now because I'll go on and on about that. But so
It's like Undertaker
this is
finally retiring. You could talk a lot about that too.
right. So you got this Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome world where every world champion controls a resource. Like
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
this is the battle over the title, but also this person controls the water for the region, but is also the representative for the water for the whole structure.
Hmm.
Everybody else who has a champion that and everything is decided through pro wrestling, right? So this is a story about a guy who's been the champion for too long. Everybody loves him, but should anybody really love him is kind of the story in this first book. And our hero here, Lionheart, in the black tank top with a dope afro, is the guy who he's really having a struggle to decide, does he want to stand up for, does he want to stand for what Buckshot represents, or
Hmm.
is he going to stand up for himself and cut his own path? And so you got to get the books to find out, but it's another fun story, man. Like we every time I get these, I'm like, this is the best. This is the best bundle we've had so far, and I feel like I'm gonna say that about 9 more times now. So because it just gets better, and the horror just gets grittier, and the action just gets actionier. And we got some cool stuff coming. Like our next 6-parter is really really cool. I'm not gonna say much about that right now because I want to wait so we can roll it out the right way because it's worth it. But just like check out the bundles, guys. Like $5 gets you through the door. So $5 gets you 3 comics. You have yours, and not a lot of people are gonna have them. Like they're only gonna be 250 of them. So they are very very special books, and I think that you guys will understand it when you get your hands on them. So like try it for $5, and if you really really like it, get the whole year, like, and then get all the extra stuff because you get a peek behind the curtain, and you get a peek into the future of what me and Aaron have going on next because we got at least something else up our sleeve for 2021.
Awesome.
And I think you guys will want to be. I think you guys will be interested in it.
And for anyone out there, like there are people who are making comics that we do, but can you give detail and like pretty much talk about as a comic book art writer who mostly focuses on writing but does artwork on the side too, how it feels to basically write down your ideas and then see how another artist brings those to life in a way that you never thought possible because he has a different imagination than yours.
Right. So it's very rewarding for me because once I started, I knew I wanted to write.
Yeah.
And then as I got into it, I felt like I needed to draw. I felt like I needed to draw my own stuff. Exclusively. But I realized I only needed to do that so I would understand how to write better. And so now, like, to work with somebody who knows how to break down a script and knows how to get the fruit out of it, it's very rewarding because it's a trust game. Like I have to trust that this is the artist that has chose to work with me, and I've chosen to work with him. So we have to kind of be able to do 100% of what we want to do. And I don't like a lot of input on what Aaron is coming up with because he's such a good artist. And I know that if he sees it in the script and he asks or he doesn't ask, I trust what he's going to do. So, and why? Because you get things that look exactly how you wanted them to. Or something like, look at this back page.
That's awesome.
There's so much in this page. I think this is probably my favorite thing that I've seen him draw. And because sitting in my kids' jiu-jitsu class, writing this story, it looks better than I saw it in my mind's eye. So I think that that's a win as a writer, you know, because you never know how, you don't know what kind of mood Brad Pitt is going to show up in to act in a movie. But if you get him best, then you win. And
awesome.
Me and Aaron, we work well together for learning each other. So
that's good.
It's been the end of all the training is here. You know what I mean? It's like all the hundreds are over, and Aaron is like, nope, we're here to do it. Like, let's do it. And so it's a whole new gear that I have to learn to kick in, and I'm grateful for it. It's work, but this is what I want to do. And it's like, it makes you, it reminds you that if this is what you want to do, you gotta bust ass to do it. So is it easier than punching a clock and going to work for somebody else? I don't want to, this is what I want to do. So I'm taking, the reward is worth anything. And me and Aaron work well together. So that makes it even better.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
That's the long answer to your question.
Gotcha. No, it's a good question because, like I said, it's one of those things that so many people focus on just working by themselves, while at times it can be a lot easier to work with a teammate. So yeah,
Yep. Look at Van. Van says paradigm shift blew him away, and he's not even into wrestling.
that's awesome.
That means that we hit a home run. Like I that's very humbling to hear. I really, really appreciate that. That's cool, man. Thank you. So I think you'll like where it goes to. It's a blast of a story. That's really, really cool. Thank you, man. That made my whole night.
That's
Um,
cool.
did you see? I wonder if I gotta show this splash again. What did
Yeah,
you
not a
think
problem.
about this, Clayton?
Me as an artist, I just love the view showing like the wide spread of how if it's a graveyard that she's walking by or
Yeah, it
yeah,
was in a graveyard,
yeah.
but it was 3 dimensions,
Yeah, exactly.
and it
That's
was
what I really
only
love about it. It's
this
three
much of a
dimensions
page.
on that big of a
It's
page.
bananas, man. You can't believe what you're holding, man. Like
Yeah.
I always look at that page, and it almost feels like one of those holographic
Hmm.
3D pictures because it just pops, man. Like he killed
Yeah,
the black and white.
it's definitely one of those pages that you wish was bigger that you could have in a poster
Yeah, yeah,
because it's just a really nice detailed page. That
yeah.
and like you we're both fans of Uzumaki and all that stuff. You could literally look at that page and like, wow, that looks like something that reminds me of that story or anything that Giito
Exactly.
writes. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool to want to write horror and then work with an artist. This is what I was telling you before we got on. It's like to
Mhm.
work with an artist who gets black and white,
Yeah.
and when you want to test you how you write horror,
Hmm.
and like I think no, I write really good horror now. Like
You do.
I'm
You do.
learning, but I'm very, very pleased with how I'm grasping it, and I want to get better at it. So it's like I think I'm finding my way inside of my way, and I think that is going to be horror and other stuff. But I think I like the depth of horror. Like you can do a
Sweet.
lot. So you win, Ronnie. You win. Took me down the hard journey, and now you made me into a hard writer.
Right? Stephen
Yeah,
King would be proud.
yep. I always say, like, that's what I always tell my wife. I'm like, I'm coming after Stephen King. Like, we're both in Maine. Like,
Mhm.
going to read my book. Like, he's going to, like, know, like, we are going to sit down and have a conversation about horror. And
Mhm.
then I'm going to turn into a giddy little man. So,
Right.
it's, I'll get there.
Awesome. I'm glad I turned you to the dark side.
You definitely did, right? Yeah. So,
All right.
no, yeah, Van, these stories are great. Like,
Yeah,
this is
they
my
really are.
favorite bundle, and I really feel like this is the bundle that is like this is where everybody's gonna know, like, this is that song on the record that you're like, oh, okay, like this band ain't playing around. Like,
Well, it's great
we're
because you guys have done like what 3 bundles now?
this is the third bundle. This is the
Yeah.
second bundle that I've written. So,
Okay, the second bundle. But
yeah,
it's one of those things you worked with him before and he's worked with you, so you both know your limits. So
yep,
now you know each other's limits, you know each other's strengths, and you could work on those strengths and make something amazing even more because you know how far to push that person.
yep.
So
And I tell you something about me and Aaron. Sometimes it's like like we are getting to know each other. So sometimes it's like we can push each other. And sometimes, even if he says something and I'm pushing back, it's like while I'm typing out to push it back, my mind is already saying, okay, now I just got to break this down a different way. And it's
Yeah.
like it's the best worst feeling, because you realize that you're spinning your wheels to fight when you want to get to the same place sometimes. And it's like, he and I have opinions, but we work well together. Like, I feel like we're going to get very rich getting on each other's nerves. So I think that's going to be fun. So
Awesome.
I'm very, very excited. I'm privileged though. Like, he's such a dope artist. Like,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that he won't tackle, even if he doesn't want to. Like, he can solve anything artistically, and that gives me confidence as a writer. To be able to communicate with an artist this well, and I'm learning new things every day. I'm just trying to sell some damn comic books. So we'll
Amen to
see
that. All right. Well, this is a short episode. We just wanted to come on and just pretty much promote ourselves, because we're always promoting everyone else's work. Just make this episode about us for a change, and completely just work about us.
Yeah. Yeah, not just because we're selling it, because it's good.
Yeah.
Y'all, damn. It's good stuff. You're making posters, you're doing horror comics. We got mini comics coming out, man. Like, it's good stuff.
So again, if you need to know where any of our...
You just missed the boat.
Right? If you need to know where anything is, go to minicomicsbundle.com and then go to that will take you to the coffee account and everything else that you need to know. And then in the description you have my coffee account, where you could get my Krampus piece for $5, download it and blow it up in like a 12x9. And the DPI is 400, so it's going to be a crisp picture. I'm telling you.
Nice clean print. Yes, sir. It's all good, Frank. We're going to do it more. We just wanted to catch up because we hadn't been on in a while, and we didn't want y'all to forget about us for too long. We wanted to get on y'all's nerves more, sell some comic books and stuff. I'll call YouTube.
I don't know Frank, if it's on my end, but your internet's kind of wacky.
Yeah, you were frozen for a second. I don't know if I was or not. Maybe I was. I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Let's see. Oh, you're frozen.
Don't try to blame it on me. I am frozen. Wait, am I frozen? I don't know. I don't think I'm frozen. I think you're frozen. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down then, guys. Y'all be good. Have a good evening.
All right, so I'm back now. That was weird. Had some internet problems, but we're pretty much just going to end it here. Everyone, have a good night. We'll see you next time, and go just check out Mike's. Just go check out Frog Breaker Studio and Aaron Guzman. They do amazing stuff, and you could check out my Ko-fi account and get that Krampus piece. Bye, everyone. Peace.